Hi everybody, this is Leonard Scriven with PushPointe Indoor Cycle and Fitness and Da Vinci Life Coaching. I want to welcome you to this week's episode of the Fit Life with Leonard. In this week's episode, I want to talk to you about something that came up during the week, and that thing is sleep. Sleep is vital to our recovery, it's vital to our overall health, and for those of you that really struggle with it, it becomes such a detriment, and it becomes one of those things that when we really do struggle with it, that we almost get to the point where we dread bedtime because we just don't know what's going to happen. If you're like me, I'm the type of person that doesn't have any problems falling asleep. My days are full, they're long, and they're tiring, and so when it's time to go to bed, I'll fall asleep. But sometime during the course of the night, usually around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I may wake up, and sometimes it's a roll the dice if I'm going to get back to sleep or not, or if I'm going to get back into that quality sleep. And so there's some things that I discovered in my journey that I want to share with you that's really helped me improve the quality of my sleep and sleep through the night. And number one, the first thing that you need to do is about 30 minutes before you go to bed, about 30 minutes before bedtime, start shutting things down, any type of stimulus. You want to turn lights down or off. You want to turn the TV off. You want to get off your laptop. You want to get off your phone. You want to start about 30 minutes ahead of time of removing any type of stimulus or just bringing it down quite significantly. If you're going to have lights on, have a very low setting on for your lights. Put on some soft music. Lower the tone of your voice, lower the conversation, and just start calming things down. So many times we'll just go right from watching television and we'll turn the TV off and we'll flip over and we'll try to go to sleep, and that doesn't work because our brains haven't had time to settle in. It's almost like warming up before a workout. We don't get to the gym and work out and just jump right into our workouts because that would be detrimental to our overall goal. And it's the same way with your sleeping. You want to give yourself an opportunity to start wind down and to warm up for your sleeping. So 30 minutes beforehand, start toning things down. Put on soft lights, put on soft music, lower your voice, get off your phone, turn off the television, get off your laptops, just start calming down your environment so that your brain can make the association between calming down, settling down, and getting ready to go to sleep. The second thing that you want to do after you start doing that process is journaling. And for many people, journaling is something that they do on a regular basis. But if you don't do it on a regular basis, journaling is a very easy process. And you can just really start with just writing down the things that you're thinking about. It doesn't have to be anything complicated. It doesn't have to be anything deep. You can just write down the things that you're thinking about. If you're thinking about how irritated you may be at the moment, if you're thinking about how worried you are that you may not be able to sleep through the night, if you're thinking about things that are happening the next day, whatever it is, just journal it, just write it down. And it's also a good practice to kind of get in the habit of reflecting on your day. Write down things that happened during the day, the significant things that you may want to take with you carrying forward, or things that you may want to just leave in that day. And also write down some things that you appreciate from that day. It may be appreciation for your health, it may be appreciation for your spouse, but just write down those things. And it's literally, I appreciate this, I appreciate that, I appreciate the love, I appreciate my family, I appreciate my bed, I appreciate this opportunity to go to sleep, I appreciate that I'm safe right now. So an expression of appreciation in your journaling. And write it, don't type it, actually write it in a low light situation with your journal. Another thing that you can do is once you actually get to bed is start to block out your stimulus. So what I mean by this is closing curtains so that your room is as dark as possible. Keeping lights down as low or off, making your room as dark as possible. Sometimes even putting in earplugs will help shut out those noises. And it won't shut out things completely, but it'll shut it down enough to where your brain can start making the association between not having any stimulus, because that's one of the things that keeps us up, and just calming everything down and not having anything that's going to wake us up during the night. So closing curtains, turning off lights, having earplugs in, using a sleep mask, anything along those lines that's going to shut out some stimulus or shut out the stimulus during the course of the night will help you sleep better. Number 4, I'm going pretty quickly here, but that was the first 3. The first one is turning down the lights, setting yourself up to sleep. Second thing was journaling. Third thing was reducing the stimuli when it's actually time to go to sleep. And one of the things that you can do for number 4 is incorporate some supplements. ZMA and a supplement called Calm, which is a magnesium supplement, have been shown to help actually calm your nervous system, to calm down the stimulus, to calm down the things that are physically going on in your body. So, like with any other supplement, check with your doctor. Make sure they aren't going to conflict with any other prescriptions or medications that you may be taking. But the zinc is one of the key ingredients in ZMA, and magnesium is one of the key ingredients in the Calm supplement. And I'll add links in the post for those so you can get to those. But those are two things that are oftentimes low in our diets, and they're also things that help us to calm down and to manage stress. And taking those supplements, again, will have a physical effect within our body and help us out. The fifth thing that you can do is actually use an app, and it's an app that I discovered a couple years ago, and it's a brainwave app. For those of you you may already know that our brain waves, we go into different brain waves, during different times of the day. We have brainwave patterns, and we have a brainwave pattern that we settle into when we're sleeping. And what the brainwave app does is actually listen to it, is it simulates or it duplicates that pattern, that brainwave pattern. So 30 minutes before you go to sleep, if you start listening to it, it'll actually prepare your brain, all right, to go into the brain wave, the brain length that the brain wavelength that we use when we're sleeping, or that we're in when we're sleeping. And that has been very effective and very, very helpful for me. And the app is called the Brainwave app. And so that's 5. Now the sixth thing. Now this is for if you happen to wake up during the middle of the night and your brain is running and you're having thoughts about what you have to do or things that are coming up the next day. One of the most effective things you can do is keep a notebook next to your bed and just start writing. Now, it doesn't even have to make sense. Don't even worry about being able to read it later. What you're doing is actually allowing the thoughts to flow from your brain out. You're getting the thoughts out, and you just write. And again, you're writing literally whatever you're thinking. And the actual process of writing helps you get the thoughts from here out so that you can deal with it later, as opposed to letting that cycle just get into your head, the things that keep us up. And so we sit there and we start thinking about things, and things when we get into this loop, and it just becomes this never-ending cycle. And before we know it, we've been up for an hour and we really haven't made any progress because it's the middle of the night and we aren't going to be working on anything. So the process of actually writing down whatever those thoughts are helps it flow from here and to get it out so that your brain can calm down. And one more thing that I just thought of is actually meditating, using a meditation. And so with the meditation, the one that I found most effective to help with your sleep is a very simple one. And it's the process of counting your breaths. You literally count your breath. Breathe in and out. 1. Breathe in. 2. Breathe in. 3. In. 4. In. 1. In. 2. You literally count your breaths, and what that will do is it will slow your brain down enough to where eventually you can fall back to sleep. Get into the habit of doing these things. These are 7 great tools to help you sleep. You don't have to incorporate all of them. Try 2 or 3 of them. See how they help me out. Please let me know if they help you, or if you have any questions about anything that I said in this video. Again, sleep is vitally important, and it's very important that you get over this hurdle and get a good quality of night's sleep, because it will have an effect over every area of your life. Again, if you appreciate this video, I'll appreciate you liking it, and please do 3 things for me. Subscribe to the channel so that as I do trainings in the future, you can get those and have those available to you. Secondly, if you live in the Fort Mill, Charlotte, North Carolina area, come by the studio. We'd love to see you and love to have you come by. And third thing is, if you have any input for me, if you have any questions, please send them my way. I would love to be able to respond to those and give you any help, tips, advice that I can give. And you can send those to info@pushpointe.com. That's info@pushpointe.com. Remember, live every day to the fullest, lead with love, and sometime today, make somebody smile, especially yourself. And I will see you next time. This is The Fit Life with Leonard.